I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. Flagler Health is doubling the size of its department to battle rising cases of COVID-19, County Health Officer Bob Snyder.
We are adding 40 more staff members. This is in addition to the 14 just brought on board. So 10 nurses joined us last week. They're doing community testing at Daytona State. So yeah, we are adding case investigators, contact tracers, RNs for community testing, data entry clerks, a call center.
While public health is busy, so are hospitals, but Wally DeCino, Chief Operating Officer for Advent Health Palm Coast, tells WNZF ICUs are not near capacity.
Fortunately, we're doing well here in Palm Coast. We are prepared for more, but we're doing well so far here. It has been the story when you compare all the other counties.
Plus, Advent Health still has a medic tent he says it can put back up if there's a surge.
Flagler Schools have a new superintendent, and she said some 13,000 students will head back to classes.
School Superintendent Kathy Middlestat says parents and families can decide how they want their students educated in the middle of the novel coronavirus pandemic. She said there is traditional school.
We have a plan in place right now to bring students back to the building. We have some safety protocols that we're putting in place to ensure our employees are taken care of. At the same time, trying to create that optimal learning environment for our students to have in-person, face-to-face instruction.
Middlestat said students could also come to school remotely.
We do have a virtual option where students would not come to school. They would enroll in our iFlagler virtual program, and all of that instruction would be delivered by a teacher through a virtual platform.
Superintendent Middlestat said that she and the rest of the staff are mindful of the daily changes with COVID-19, but for now, she said, this is how school will start on August 10th. To listen to more of the conversation with Superintendent Middlestat, download the Flagler Radio app and then go to the Free for All Friday podcast. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
A local man is arrested on 2 counts of aggravated stalking. Tony Magoo reports.
On November 8th of last year, the Flagler County Sheriff's Office began investigating a possible stalking case after a woman came forward and told deputies that she was being impersonated online. With us this morning is Flagler County Sheriff Rick Staley.
The ex-boyfriend of the victim was impersonating her on various social media and dating sites and even ordering food to deliver to the house, along with having men show up at her former residence thinking that they were there to meet the victim.
The victim told deputies that she has a permanent injunction for protection against domestic violence on her ex, 32-year-old Cody Mitchell. On April 17th, the Honorable Judge Andrea Totten signed a warrant for the arrest of Mitchell for aggravated stalking. Mitchell was extradited from Pennsylvania, and on July 9th, he was booked into the Sheriff Perry Hall inmate detention facility, where he's being held on a $30,000 bond. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
A Palm Coast man faces drug and weapons charges after a traffic stop. Deputies pulled over 19-year-old Jordan McCarter for speeding last week when they smelled pot. Deputies say they found marijuana and hashish packaged for sale as well as a gun. They say McCarter did not have a concealed carry permit. Deputies say they also found more drugs at his home. He's free after posting $7,500 bail. WNZF's John Arking continues to profile candidates for the 7th Circuit Public Defender position with a look today at George Burton.
There are 3 candidates in the running for the position, which coordinates legal representation for defendants who otherwise could not afford a lawyer in Volusia, Flagler, St. Johns, and Putnam counties. Anne Marie Janusa runs a private practice in St. Augustine, while Matthew Metz is the felony division chief at the Office of the Public Defender. The 3rd candidate is George Burton, who is chief of the Capital Appeals Division for the office. Burton was asked what he thinks makes a good public defender.
It's preparation. Every lawyer that's successful prepares. There's no substitute for preparation. We have this expression, there's lawyers that phone it in. Those are the lawyers that are not as successful, and it's across the board, public defender's office, civil practice. We are going to have lawyers that prepare. And how are we going to know? Because we have resources, technological resources, that we can track what our lawyers are doing. We have some rudimentary things now, but I am going to upgrade that. So I can sit at my desk and know what kind of preparation and work that my lawyers are doing for their cases.
Burton was also asked about the endorsement he received from Glenn Ritchie Sr., the former mayor of Daytona Beach.
He has hired me on several occasions in my private practice and knows the quality of work that I've done. That's one of the reasons. Also, from my work in the Daytona Beach Race and Recreational Facility District. And what Mr. Ritchie has seen me do is increase the amount of money we had by making our car show events better. Our budget has increased almost double in the 10 years that I've been there.
Because all of the candidates running for the 7th Circuit Public Defender are Republicans, the August 18th primary will be the election. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arking.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.